Good evening, and welcome to Elevate, presented by Geico, United Way of Central Indiana's signature event. Tonight, we honor the young professionals who are making a significant difference in our community and elevating all of you for supporting United Way in its effort to fight poverty in Central Indiana. I'm Thomas Benoit, and I'm going to be your host this evening, and even better, your tour guide. I have the pleasure for filling in for our original MC for the evening, Jonathan John, or JJ as we know him. JJ is not feeling 100% tonight, so JJ, if you're watching, we miss you and hope you're feeling well. Speaking of missing something, I really miss traveling, and I bet you do too. So let's use our imaginations, the power of Zoom, to visit 3 of Indianapolis's great sister cities tonight. All in just 90 minutes. We'll be taking you to Monza, Italy, Campinas, Brazil, and Taipei, Taiwan. Sister cities might be on opposite sides of the world, have vastly different histories and cultures, speak different languages, and enjoy different tastes. But as a collective human race, we share a common and united purpose. We can learn from one another, we can innovate together, we can help support each other in these great times of need. Tonight's goal is to bring us all together to celebrate those who have given of themselves to help others. This year, our 6 volunteer judges reviewed more than 100 nominations for this year's Best Volunteer, Volunteer Leader, Nonprofit Employee, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advocate, Community Ambassador, and Employee Resource Group. And we'll conclude the evening with the People's Choice Award. So don't log off early. You can still be voting for the signature award until 8:15 p.m. Most importantly, let's all remember who we are really elevating tonight. They are the thousands of individuals, children, and families in our own community who aren't thinking about traveling at all. They are only thinking about surviving this pandemic and emerging with the quality of life they deserve. Elevate is presented by Geico, who is made possible because of an amazing volunteer committee of some of the best we have here in Indy. Join me in thanking this group of dedicated and generous individuals for presenting this virtual event to you tonight. Thank you, Elevate Committee. So before we begin, here are a few things to know before we fly. Make sure to have your phone out and ready to go for Kahoot quizzes. Each sister city tour to win a Kahoot quiz. Remember, it's about answering the question accurately and quickly. We have great prizes representing each country that you should definitely have in your own home. The rules are simple. The top 3 Kahoot point getters will each receive a staycation basket inspired by our 3 sister cities, each valued at $400. The People's Choice Award voting closes at 8:15. If you have not voted for your favorite young philanthropist yet, time is running out. Now please, help me welcome Michelle Gary from Geico, who serves as co-chair for the Elevate Committee.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Gary, co-chair of this year's Elevate Awards and currently in management at Geico. We are proud to be back as the presenting sponsor of Elevate 2021. We had such a wonderful time at the in-person event and wanted to be a part of this virtual program to show our support for a cause that really resonates with our associates. Indianapolis, like many cities around the country and around the world, has faced challenges that were amplified by the pandemic. Geico partners with the United Way of Central Indiana because we want to ensure those who need support can get it. Working together, we will go further than working alone. This event represents the best of what it means to live in Indy. Tonight's event theme recognizes 3 of Indianapolis's sister cities, Campinas, Brazil, Monza, Italy, and Taipei, Taiwan. Tonight, we are gathered to celebrate our greater Indianapolis community and communities all over the world. We are here because we believe lifting up one means lifting up all. Geico is also a proud sponsor of tonight's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advocate of the Year Award that will be presented later in the show. We truly thank all of you for doing so much for our community.
Thanks, Michelle, and to Geico for their generous sponsorship. And now, let's start our virtual vacation. The first stop is Monza, Italy. Monza became the sister city to Indianapolis in December of 1994. The two cities joined together to find shared interests for economic partnership and cultural exchange. In fact, they already had one common link. Indy and Monza have the two largest motor speedways in the world. Since banding together, Monza and Indy have had an exchange of university students who worked in the major industries of motorsports, medicine, and urban planning. Now, it's time to fly over the pond to Monza, where the deputy mayor of Monza wants to greet you. The video tour will conclude with a special risotto making demonstration by executive chef Tony Hanselitz of Nicole Taylor's Pasta right here in Sobro.
Good morning to the mayor of our sister city of Indianapolis, to the representatives of our fellow sister cities, all supporters and friends of United Way, and all users. Today I'm going to talk to you about youth policies in the city of Monza, starting from work. We help young people to find a new work, but also to start up their own company. For example, helping them with making a new business plan or helping them with bureaucracy. Then we give a very important value to culture. In fact, we think that it's very important to know where you come from, to understand where you can go. So we have projects about Lombardy and the Monza culture. That's important for young people to know their identity, but with a view on the world. In fact, we have an important project also with the city of Indianapolis. It's an exchange program between university students. And we have also other projects on the field of civic education, but also on prevention of alcohol and drug abuse. That's a very big problem in this moment, so we put very big importance on this project. So we are working very hard on all these policies because we want to give a brighter future to our young people.
Right, you feel like.
Ciao everyone! I hope you enjoyed the 19 hours and 5-minute trip from Indy to Newark, to Lisbon, to Milan, to Monza. It's a nice 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. And right now, it's 2 o'clock in the morning here, in the northern region of Italy. Monza, Italy, has spent most of its history in the shadow of its neighbor, Milan, only 20 minutes away. But Monza is on the world map for a similar reason Indy plays on the international stage: racing. Created in 1922, the Autodromo is the second oldest purpose-built racing circuit in the world, second only to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Every first weekend in September, Monza greets visitors from all around the world for the annual F1 Grand Prix. You don't have to wait to get a race ticket to see this famous oval, though. You can visit this famous racetrack's hospitality building, starting grid, and paddock on a walking tour, just like Indy's own Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Next, a must-see on any Monza itinerary is the Duomo di Monza, an immersed cathedral and undoubtedly the most beautiful religious building in Monza for its stunning Italian Gothic architecture. To work up an appetite before lunch, you can stroll the Parco di Monza, the largest walled park in Europe. This epic natural landscape was created by the stepson of Napoleon during the French occupation in Italy in the late 19th century. If your stomach is now growling, might we recommend what takes the center stage in Monza cuisine: hearty risottos, sausages, locally called luganega, soups, and full-bodied wine. Monza has acquired much of the richness of its opulent neighbor, Milan, while still retaining its simple peasant heritage. So perhaps for lunch, try a grilled polenta, served with tons of butter with a side of tender game. Or try Monza's minestrone and save the rich delicacies for a multi-course dinner later this evening, topped off with an espresso or almond-studded biscotti, dipped into a glass of sweet Vinsanto wine. Later in the afternoon is a perfect time to take in a museum experience, and the Museo del Tesoro del Duomo is our pick. Here you will find the opulence of Monza's royalty, including the Corona Ferrea, also called the Iron Crown of Lombardy. This grand artifact is made of pure gold and was used over many centuries for the coronation of the kings of Italy, including Napoleon himself, after he invaded. Or take in the Chiesa di Santa Maria in Strada, one of the oldest churches in Monza, a beautiful piece of architecture from the 14th century, filled with magnificent artworks on the ceilings and arches throughout. Before leaving this magnificent region, you might want to stop in the historic city center for a few souvenirs and take in the region's music scene. Everything from a full orchestra performing Giuseppe Verdi's famous operas to local concerts by the region's best indie artists. I hope you enjoyed your whirlwind 24 hours in Monza. Sending you best wishes from Italy. Tanti auguri!
Hi, my name is Chef Tony Hansels from the Cold Taylor's Pasta and Market, and today I'm going to do a risotto Milanese with local sausage. This is a dish from our sister city of Monza, Italy. And in this, you're going to use a sausage from the region that you're cooking from. So we're going to start out with an onion and getting that browned off, and then we're going to add the sausage and then go through the stages. And then we're going to add just a little bit of salt. We're just going to let those cook until they're translucent, not much salt. Onions are translucent, so they're not brown, they're starting to clear. So at this point we're going to add our sausage. This is toasted. Let's set that off to the side. Okay, now that we've got the sausage browned off, add some rice, add about a cup and a half of rice. So this is what we mean by cooking by layers. So what we're doing is we're layering a liquid over the rice. Our first layer of liquid was white wine in this particular dish. Okay, so once this has absorbed all the wine, you can see it's all absorbed. There's no liquid left in the bottom of the pan. That's what we're looking for. Then we're going to add a layer of beef or veal stock. If you want a little lighter, you can use vegetable stock or chicken stock. And I'm just going to put enough liquid just to cover the rice. I'm going to add another layer here. Start to see the saffron starting to color the rice. You can really smell it. That's about the third layer of liquid we've added to it. About this point, we usually do a test to see how far the rice is. You can kind of see here that it's still opaque in the inside the rice. I can tell that it's not done. It's going to have quite a bit of a bite. But at this point, I want to start really paying attention to where I'm at so I don't overcook the rice. It's getting close. We start to see some of the starch being released. We're starting to get a little thick. It's pretty close to being done. I think we're going to need to add just a little bit more brown to it. Now we're going to adjust the seasoning at the end after we add the butter, and the Parmesan cheese will be the last two things that we always want to finish our risotto with. This sausage It has a lot of flavor, it had red pepper flakes in it, a lot of salt, a lot of black pepper. So I want to make sure that I don't over adjust the salt and pepper, because we've already got a lot of salt and pepper in the sausage, and then we're also going to be adding more salt from the cheese. As you can see, the rice is absorbing the liquid really nice. It took on the saffron color and flavor. Okay, now you see this is just about absorbed all the liquid, and we're going to check it one more time for tenderness. Still want a nice little bite to it. So a lot of mistake a lot of home cooks do is they don't finish their risotto with butter. You've always got to finish it with butter. And I use unsalted butter as well. Let that absorb in there. And then we'll finish it with some Parmesan cheese. Once that's melted, turn off the heat so we don't continue to cook it. And this is fresh Parmigiano Reggiano. And we'll reserve a little bit to garnish with as we plate it up. So we've got our finished product here. We're going to give it one more stir, make sure we have nothing sticking to the bottom. Go to all the edges of your pan. I like to finish mine with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. That's optional. And then we're going to a little bit more Parmesan Reggiano. And there is your risotto Milanese with sausage.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that cooking demonstration with Nicole Taylor pasta. Now it's time for our Kahoot quiz. Take out your phone and make sure you go to kahoot.it. Again, that's kahoot.it, and you'll see on your screen the code used to get into the Kahoot. Again, we have wonderful prize packages, 3 of them for your staycation purposes when you're staying home and safe. We're going to give us a little bit more time to get into the Kahoot and make sure that you're able to get in there so you can win these fabulous prizes. I hope everyone also enjoyed that cooking demonstration. I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to make that sometime soon because I do love risotto. All right, we're going to give you a couple more seconds. Make sure you go to kahoot.it. As you can see on your screen, we do have that, it looks like 6-digit code at the top. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and wait. All right, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, and so for our first question, it's gonna be about Monza, Italy, and I hope you paid attention to the videos. All right, first question is, what sporting event are Indianapolis and Monza both known for? You'll have 20 seconds to answer these questions. Again, remember, it's about answering accurately and also fast. All right, we have 2 more seconds. Get your answers in. And the correct answer, auto racing. Remember, we have the 2 largest motor speedways. All right, let's see who's in the lead here. Now, don't worry, it's only the first question. You can come back. All right, and question number 2 for Monza, Italy. Who did Napoleon grab the Iron Crown of Lombardy, now displayed in Monza, from and then crown himself King of Italy? Who do we think? All right, again, 20 seconds. I don't believe I talked about this, but I believe it was in the video. And if you need to join late, you're able to join the Kahoot game late. You just might miss a couple questions, but that's okay. You can always come back. All right, and the correct answer, Cardinal Archbishop of Milan. All right, let's see who our winners are. All right, again, top 3 places get a special staycation basket. Let's go to our next question. Question 3. How many laps is the Italian Grand Prix held each year in September in Monza. Don't get this confused with the Indy 500. They are a little bit different. All right, and 4 more seconds for this question. All right, and the answer is 53. It's a little bit different than the Indy 500, so hopefully that didn't mess you up too much. Let's see who our winners are after that tricky question. All right, let's go to our fourth question for Monza. Who was the mayor of Indianapolis when Monza became a sister city in 1994? So some of our folks joining us from outside of Indianapolis, this might be a little bit of a tricky question for you. I know my parents and my sister are tuning in from Florida. All right, 3 more seconds. And Stephen Goldsmith. I personally did not live in Indy in 1994, but he was the mayor back then. All right, and let's go see who our top 3 are right now. Again, there's time to come back, and let's go to our final question for Monza, Italy. What large Italian city is just 35 miles south of Monza? So any of our geography nerds out there, this might be your question. All right, about 5 more seconds left for this question. And let's see, the answer is Milan. Oh, pretty good, it looks like. A lot of folks did get that question. Let's see who's in the top 3 right now. All right. So again, there's still time to come back, but let's go ahead and shift to our first award presentation of the evening. Before we begin, we'd like to acknowledge and thank local artist Cassie Woodworth for once again designing these handcrafted trophies for our winners. Thank you, Cassie. We really do appreciate it. For the category of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advocate of the Year presented by Geico, the finalists were Tiffany Kaiser, Natalia Rodriguez-Hilt, and Stephanie Singh. These individuals were nominated for committing themselves to raising awareness and advocating for a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive Central Indiana community. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advocate Award goes to Stephanie Singh.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Singh. I'm excited to be a United Way Elevate Award finalist. I was flattered and honored when I found out that someone wanted to nominate me for the United Way Elevate Award. So being an advocate to me means offering your talent, treasure, or time, or all 3, to make change that's bigger than yourself. I feel like I'm in the position that I'm in with my job, with my work, that I'm supposed to be doing something bigger than myself. I'm a bridge builder to the community, and often I'm telling stories of the voiceless. And so I feel like I'm in the position I'm in because I have a good pulse on the community, but I also have, I wouldn't say influence, but I have connections with people who can really help make systemic change in our community. And so I hope that this award just gives motivation to our community to keep pushing forward and for those to come along and join on the mission with me. Thank you so much. I am honored to have received this award. I hope that everyone just recognizes that if you have one idea, just go and run with it. That's what I have done. At the end of the day, if it's not you, then who?
Congratulations, Stephanie. We have our street team out with Stephanie right now. Congratulations. We're so happy for you. And we hope to see you soon and maybe even in person next year. Again, congratulations. Let's give her a round of applause safely from our homes. Thank you, Stephanie. All right. And let's go to our next award. For the category of Nonprofit Employee of the Year presented by Kat Sapper and Miller, the finalists were Sarah Fry, Calvin Jones, and Mariana Lopez Owens. These individuals were nominated by their peers for making exceptional contributions in the workplace and displaying leadership qualities that go above and beyond their job responsibilities. And the Nonprofit Employee of the Year award goes to Sarah Fry.
I'm Sarah Fry, and I'm excited to be a United Way of Central Indiana Elevate Award finalist. My reaction when I found out I was nominated for an Elevate Award was, who did this? I don't know why they nominated me, because I feel like every meeting that we have, I show up with a sloshing cup of coffee and a load of papers from the printer that I'm just quickly handing out. I hope that they nominated me because I want the best for them, and that's why I started the Young Professionals Board, is that I've been a part of these organizations where you are just sitting there spinning your wheels and nothing truly happens, and I was really intentional about how and why we started the Young Professionals Board. I didn't want people to come and sit in board meetings and nothing ever come from it. I wanted intentional action. I wanted to build awareness. We started it with fundraising, building awareness, and professional development for the young professionals. And I really hope that that's what they're getting out of it, because that's what I work really hard to make sure we as an organization put into them. So thank you all for seeing that I care and that I'm trying, and thank you all for your efforts too, because I'm not doing it alone. If I didn't have you, I wouldn't have the Young Professionals Board. So thank you.
All right, knock.
We have our street team live again and knocking on the winner's door.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Sarah! Thank you so much for all you do for Central Indiana. We truly do thank you, and we're so appreciative for making this community a better place to live. Thank you. All right. The second trip we'd like to take you on tonight is directly south to Campinas, Brazil. Campinas became a sister city to Indianapolis in July of 2009. The two cities had a specific goal: develop a relationship that values and uses biofuels and renewable energy technology. At that time, both mayors were passionate about clean energy usage, and both cities remain committed to that effort today. 2 years ago, 12 leaders from Brazil visited India as part of a leadership exchange, meant for the sharing of experiences, learnings, and making a strong, lasting connection. Now let's head to the Southern Hemisphere on our trip to Campinas, Brazil, and stick around afterwards for a special samba dance performance by Camila Painovich.
Hola, and welcome to Campinas. I hope you enjoyed your 8.5-hour plane trip hopping from Indy to Newark to Fort Lauderdale to Campinas, Brazil. It's summertime here, so if you like a balmy 80 degrees, this sister city is for you. Founded in 1774, Campinas is located in the state of São Paulo and was renamed several times in its history. Today, the word Campinas means grass fields, indicative of the city's agricultural history of sugarcane and coffee farming. Today, the name Campinas also pays homage to the city's green spaces and natural landscapes, amidst its urban growth and industrial infrastructure. Speaking of industry, Campinas is one of Brazil's most important industrial areas. If you're a business traveler, a scientist, a researcher, an entrepreneur, or an international student, Campinas is the place for you. When the University of Campinas, in short called Unicamp, was created in the mid-1960s, the city became one of the most important centers of research and technology in Brazil. And today, the city boasts a robust student life as education is highly valued from an early age. As a casual tourist though, Campinas offers a unique culture appealing to those who love the classics as well as the contemporary. The first stop on your tour should be the Culture Station, a converted train station for events, concerts, and activities. It's a great place to get a good glimpse of the city's culture and nightlife. For the sounds of Campinas, see why the symphony orchestra in town is rated one of Brazil's best. Or check out the many barzinhos or pubs to hear a mix of pop and sertanejo music. You can get into the sporting spirit by watching Campinas' two popular soccer teams go head-to-head, or simply tour the Grand Metropolitan Cathedral, a key historic landmark in the town center, and shop for local arts and crafts at the Feira Hippie. Eating in Campinas should begin with the national dish of Brazil. It's called feijoada, a stew made with black beans and fresh pork and eaten as a midday meal on the weekend. Specific to the Campinas region, you'll find other offerings like Virado a Paulista and Pastel. Think of it as an entire meal on one platter. Sautéed beans, pork, plantains, fried eggs, kale, and rice served with a side of fried pastry filled with cheese or chicken. But wait, this tasty dish is only served on Mondays, so plan accordingly. To wash it all down, might we suggest Brazil's national drink, the caipirinha, a refreshing cocktail made of fresh lime juice, sugar, and cachaça. And while Brazil didn't enter into the winemaking scene until the late 20th century, the region has grown into one of the largest producers of wine in the southern hemisphere. Here you'll find varieties of fruity, full-flavored, and bubbly wines. Before heading back to the cold winter weather in Indy, you might want to make your family and friends envious with a short day trip to the region's white sandy beaches, which are popular with sailors, swimmers, surfers, and water enthusiasts of all ages. I hope you enjoyed your whirlwind 24 hours in Campinas. Sending you good luck and best wishes from Brazil. Boa sorte e felicidades!
Thank you, Camila. I don't know about you guys, but that's making me miss some warmer weather, especially since it is technically summer down in Brazil in the Southern Hemisphere. So I do have our top three contestants on Kahoot right now, and they are Ashley Z, Claire, and Austin F. in that order. Again, we still have time, and in fact, we are about to go to our next set of questions. Again, if you're joining us late, you're going to go to kahoot.it, Again, that's kahoot.it as an IT. You're going to see a 6-digit code scrolling beneath me right now, and you're going to use that code in order to join our game. And you'll enter a nickname, and remember, keep it PG since we are live. But let's go ahead and go to our 6th question for Campinas, Italy, or Campinas, Brazil. In what state is Campinas located? Again, you're going to have about 20 questions to answer, or 20 seconds to answer this question. All right, and we have about 5 seconds left. Get your answers in. All right, and the correct answer is Sao Paulo, Brazil. A lot of you seem to get that question. Let's see if that shook up the leaderboard at all. It looks like we do have someone on fire right now. So let's go ahead to our next question, our 7th question. What language is spoken by majority of Brazilians? Again, this can kind of be a little bit of a tricky question. All right, and we have 10 seconds left to answer this question. Remember, it's all about answering it accurately and how quickly you answer it, because the quicker you answer the question, the more points you get. All right, and the correct answer is Portuguese. All right, let's see if this shook up anything. All right, looks like we've stayed a little bit there at the same. Maybe possibly with this next question we can shake some things up. Let's go to our next question. What is the nickname of the University of Campinas? All right. Again, we have 3 wonderful staycation baskets ready for you to take home. We're really excited about this because it kind of features everything from the countries. All right, and the correct answer is Camp U. All right, let's go to our next, let's see our leaderboard actually. All right, and it looks like things might have gotten shooken up there. Let's go to our 9th question. All right, what year did Campinas become a sister city? If you were listening, I did say this in the, as we were getting ready to present the video. All right, again, 3 wonderful staycation baskets. All right, and about 3 seconds left to get your answers in so you can get these staycation baskets. All right, and the correct answer is 2009. Let's see if our leaderboard. All right, looks like we have a new top person maybe, I'm not sure. All right, and our final question for this round. What alcohol is used in Brazil's national drink? Remember, folks, too, if you are watching live from home, and if you do post on your social media, make sure to tag us at UWCI. Also use the hashtag UWCI Elevate. All right, 3 more seconds left on the question. All right, and our correct answer there, looks like a lot of you did get it correct, and let's see. All right, so stay tuned for more quizzes, and we're going to go to 2 more of our awards. So our next award for the category of Volunteer Leader of the Year, presented by BMO Harris Bank, the finalists are Rufus Cochran, Amna Sohail, and Leela Vera. These individuals were nominated by colleagues who demonstrated outstanding service, leadership, and commitment to a nonprofit organization or foundation board or committee. The Volunteer Leadership Award goes to Amna Sohail.
I'm Amna Sohail. I'm excited to be a United Way Elevate Award finalist. When I found out I was a finalist, I was so excited, and I also felt really humbled just because I know all of the finalists are incredible and making such a big impact in their communities, so it's a great group to be a part of. Being a great volunteer means being a champion for the cause even when you're not actively serving the organization. And I might cheat and add one thing. I think it also means rolling up your sleeves and not being afraid to take initiative even when it's hard, to drive impact forward. Thank you so much, United Way and the Elevate Host Committee, for choosing me to be the Volunteer Leader of the Year. It means a lot, and it truly is just a signal that we are recognizing the young professionals in our community who are truly making a difference, especially with the hard year that we've had this past year of 2020. And it means a lot because it's something that I'm passionate about contributing to every day. Being a volunteer, being on a board and committee for an organization that's empowering women every day, meeting them wherever they are, that's what I love doing. And to have the opportunity to be recognized for that and to have a community that supports that is so incredible.
All right, and it looks like we're live with Amna. Hi, Amna. We'd love for you to say a couple words. We want to thank you too. I'm not sure if we're picking Amna up.
I don't know what he said.
Thank you so much. This is so exciting.
Well, thank you, Amna. We're so honored to have you as one of our award winners this evening, and we thank you for all that you do for Central Indiana and for making it a better place for all citizens. Thank you. All right, for the category of Volunteer of the Year presented by Roche, the finalists were Jaden Brown, Ryan Cutter, and Serena Van Orman. These individuals were nominated by colleagues for their dedicated and unselfish service to Central Indiana. And the Volunteer of the Year award goes to Jaden Brown.
Hi, I'm Jaden Brown. I'm excited to be a United Way Elevate Award finalist. So when I found out I was nominated for an Elevate Award, I got off a conference call and kind of checked my emails and was like, wait, is this real? Like, did they send it to the right person? Like, just want to double check. So it was just very humbling to read through it. Being a great volunteer means to me that you are the biggest cheerleader, the biggest supporter of the people that you're working with or of the organization that you have the same passion with. Because oftentimes there's a lot of things that go into volunteering and in nonprofit world and just being involved that it's taxing, but you continue to do it because of the passion. And looking over and seeing somebody that's in the trenches with you and they're very supportive, cheering you on, just gives you that reason to keep going. For me, being up here, winning this award, this means a lot to me. I first want to thank the individuals that helped me get here. There are so many people that I've learned from, that I've watched, that I've observed. I remember being at the Elevate Awards last year and first time being exposed to kind of the United Way production and watching the people give those speeches, and you think about there's so many people that do so many great things. And I kind of wondered, what does it take to get up there? And that really pushed me to kind of continue my passion for giving back and for leading and volunteering. But overall, I'm just very humbled and very appreciative, and thank you.
All right, it looks like we're live with our street team here. My colleague Tanner just knocked on the door. And it looks like Jaden is also joined by some of his friends there. Hi, Jaden. Jaden, we would love for you to say a couple words.
Do you want to say a couple words? Say a couple words.
Jaden, who do you have with you at your house tonight?
Great job hosting. Appreciate all of this. Very humble. Oh, it's on a delay. Thomas, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but thank you very much. Appreciate all this. Is it actual live or is it a little bit of
That's a nice award.
Yes, very nice award.
Sure. Well, thank you, Jaden. We appreciate everything you do for Central Indiana and especially for all your volunteer work, making a huge impact and helping change tomorrow today. So thank you. All right. At last, We end our tour tonight with India's very first established sister city, Taipei, Taiwan. The year was 1978, and Mayor Hudnut of Indianapolis was prioritizing international relationships with regions that had similar interests and priorities with Indy. In their sister cities agreement, Indianapolis and Taipei wanted to accelerate urban modernization for social progress and well-being, to protect freedoms and cultural heritages, and to encourage educational and scientific development of Chinese and American people living in each other's countries. All in all, the relationship between Taipei and Indianapolis was meant to celebrate people-to-people diplomacy. It was so successful that 1 year later, Indiana and the Taiwan province developed a sister state relationship, forging a common bond between the people of these two major regions. And that effort still exists today. Now, let's go west over the international dateline to Taipei, Taiwan. While enjoying the imagery, make sure to listen to the music embedded in the video. Those are some of Indy's best musicians representing your very own Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra and Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra. At the end of the tour, you'll experience a special performance by two leaders in the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, Wu Fang Lu on piano and Kevin Lin on violin.
你好, and welcome to Taipei. I know that was a pretty costly round-trip flight at around $6,000, but we think you'll find a ton of value, much to do, and many memorable experiences in this modern metropolis, the core of Taiwan's political, economic, educational, and cultural center. The region's first inhabitants of Plains indigenous people settled in the area in the early 1700s. Later that century, Han Chinese immigrants under the Qing dynasty further developed the area until 1895, when the Empire of Japan annexed Taiwan. Japanese leaders advanced the urban planning of the capital of Taipei, and much of Taipei's railroads, landmarks, and cultural institutions from that period still survive today. Following the surrender of Japan in World War II, control of Taiwan was given to the Republic of China, and in 1996, Taiwan moved from one-party rule to a multi-party democracy, with Taipei serving as the seat of Taiwan's democratically elected national government. Visiting Taipei, you might be struck by the juxtaposition between a bustling city filled with modern skyscrapers, lively street food vendors, and nightlife, next to ancient temples and the serene beauty of mountains, parks, and lakes. We recommend your first stop be taking in the breathtaking views from Taipei 101, one of the tallest skyscrapers in the world. Or, if that scares you to no end, just simply keep your feet on the ground at the foot of the skyscraper and shop till you drop for souvenirs at Taipei's largest shopping center. For you history buffs, start with the National Palace Museum, where one of the world's largest collection of ancient Chinese artifacts, paintings, and porcelain can be found. For you nature lovers, Taipei maintains an extensive system of parks, green spaces, and nature preserves, including the Mount Yangming Recreation Area and the Yangmingshan National Park, where two inactive volcanoes tower over the region. Eating in Taipei is all about two words: street food. Try the authentic beef noodles, especially the dark broth spicy version, which is a typical Taiwanese style. Next, move on to authentic scallion pancakes or a delicious pineapple cake. And don't miss a hot pot, the universal meal in many Asian countries. A traditional hot pot is just that: a hot pot of soup with meat, vegetables, tofu, dumplings, and seafood that is shared in the middle of the table among a group of people. All of that delicious food is enjoyed with the beer of choice, Taiwan beer, the best-selling beer in the country. Before heading back to Indy, remember you are in Taiwan at the time of a national and somber holiday. Annually, on February 28, Peace Memorial Day honors the 18,000 to 28,000 people that were murdered by military forces from February 27 to May 16 in 1947. Today, a memorial plaque in Taipei stands in honor of those who died, and an inscription on the monument concludes, "Henceforward, we must be one, no matter which communal group we belong. We must help each other with compassion and treat each other with sincerity. We must dissolve hatred and resentment and bring about long-lasting peace. May heaven bless Taiwan and keep it evergreen." I hope you enjoyed your whirlwind 24 hours in Taipei. Sending you best wishes from Taiwan. 祝你最好的祝福。
Thank you to our wonderful musicians from the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. That makes me miss going to the ISO. That is truly one of my favorite things to do, especially going to Yuletide every year. In case you all did not see at the bottom of your screen, we did catch a bit of a tailwind. So our flight is getting in a little bit early to Indy, and so we're going to be getting in at 8:05, and so that means that the People's Choice Award voting also closes at 8:05. So again, if you have not voted for your favorite young philanthropist yet, please make sure to get out your phone or get on your computer and make sure to vote for your favorite young philanthropist. Again, the closing of the votes is at 8:05. All right, and so we're gonna move on to our next round of Kahoot, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you our top three so far. And still in the lead right now is Ashley Z. Congratulations, Ashley. Hopefully you can keep this lead going. Our next, or in second place, is going to be Jay Davis, and in third is Callens. Again, we still have one more round of the Kahoot quiz, and so things can get shaken up, folks. We can have a new top three at the end of this 5 questions. So let's go ahead onto our first question about Taiwan. All right, what's the name and height of the tallest building in Taipei? For all of our architectural nerds out there, our fiends, you might already know this. And have about 5 seconds left to answer this question. Again, things can get shaken up here. All right, and let's see what the correct answer is. That's going to be Taipei 101, 1,667 feet high. I would never be caught dead up there. Let's see if our leaderboard has been shaken up. All right, and to our next question. During which era was the Longsan Temple built? So we're going from architecture to history here. If we have any history buffs playing, this might be the question for you. Maybe put you in the top 3. 5 seconds left to get your answers in. Remember, it's about answering quickly and accurately. All right, it looks like we got 11 people that answered that correctly. Let's see if this shook up the leaderboard at all. And Ashley, you're on a hot streak right now. It looks like you might be heading for that first prize. Let's see what our next question is. What drink was invented in Taiwan and possibly in Taipei? All right. Speaking of drinks, hope you're sipping on maybe some wine or a little bit of a cocktail as you're joining us live from your living room. And the correct answer is bubble tea. Looks like a lot of you got that question right. And Ashley, let's see. All right, you're still at the #1 spot there, but who knows? Looks like things are getting shooken up here. And on to our 4th question about Taipei, Taiwan. Taipei was founded by Chinese immigrants from the Fujian province in the 18th century. True or false? 50-50 shot here, folks. Hopefully this makes you miss traveling as much as I do. We have about 5 seconds left to get your answers in. All right, and the answer is true. Looks like it was a 50-50 split there, so let's see if this shook anything up. Ashley, you're still up there. Good job. All right, and let's head to our last question of the quiz. And again, what was the estimated population of Taipei in 2020? Right. It's kind of weird to think about being around maybe this many people, especially during our pandemic. And 4 seconds left. Get your answers in. Again, we have 3 wonderful packages. And the correct answer is 23.5 million people. The population of Taipei. That is insane to me. I personally love people, but I don't want to be around that many people. All right, and let's head to our top 3 here. And I'm getting the official results. Ashley Z holding the top spot. Austin F came back and he's in our 2nd spot. And number 3 is Callens. Just let all of you know, a United Way representative will be in contact with the top 3 winners of each Kahoot quiz by early next week for you to claim your prize. Again, there's 3 wonderful staycation prizes. I think you folks are gonna love those. So, as you may know right now, our voting is almost closed for our People's Choice Awards. So make sure you grab your phones. Again, you need to vote for your favorite young philanthropists here in Central Indiana. And so those young philanthropists are going and they're making huge improvements in this city. All right, for the category of Community Ambassador of the Year, the finalists for this wonderful award were Joe Garcia, Sarah Hindi, and Ashley Miser. These individuals are nominated because of their passion for Central Indiana, for raising awareness of local issues, and promoting opportunities for their peers to become more connected and invested in the community's growth. The Community Ambassador of the Year award goes to Joe Garcia.
Hi, I'm Joe Garcia. I'm excited to be a United Way Elevate Awards finalist. Gosh, you know, when I first found out I was nominated, I embarrassingly cried, to be perfectly honest. The person that nominated me is someone I look up to and is a staff member that is an incredible role model in our organization. But the category that I was nominated for made me even more emotional, being a community ambassador. You know, you've silenced your ego, you've put your own preconceived notions aside, and you've quieted what you may think a group of people, community, or organization needs. You've been able to take your lens of the world off for a moment and really ask questions and be an active listener to your group of people. Being an ambassador is someone who is hungry to give back in a way that makes sense for them and can meet a moment in a way that gives back to what has been given to them. Well, what's next? I am so humbled to be able to have this award, to take it home, but this is the first step in the next chapter. I'm going to take this award and really evaluate what my next opportunities are to give back to this amazing community alongside United Way and their efforts to give back as well. I am so excited to be able to take this home, but it's also a next step into whatever Indiana holds next, and it's time to get ready and get going.
Congratulations to Joe. I believe our street team is there live to knock on Joe's door, and hopefully we are able to get Joe here. Folks, we're live. We sometimes have some technical difficulties, as I'm sure all of you know. We all have those Zoom meetings, those Teams meetings. Anything can go wrong. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've experienced anything that can go wrong during a Zoom meeting has gone wrong this year. And again, technical difficulties, that's just 2021 for you, and we're still learning. All right, we're still trying to figure this out. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes. All right, unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we are going to move to our next award, it looks like. Oh, wait, no, we do have Joe here. Sorry about that, folks. Again, we're live. Sorry, we're live. Congratulations, Joe. We're so happy for you, and we thank you for everything that you do. Do you have anything you'd like to say? All right. I don't believe we can hear them. Unfortunately, again, technical difficulties. All right, thank you, Joe. We appreciate you and everything that you do. And let's go ahead and move to our next award, our final award before the People's Choice Award. And that's for the category of Employee Resource Group of the Year, presented by Eli Lilly and Company. The nominees were Corteva Agriscience Dawn Network, Cummins Black Network, and Lilly Pride. These individuals were part of a group which developed and executed an impactful event or virtual experience this year that addressed a social issue important to others in their company or in the community. The award for the Employee Resource Group of the Year goes to Cummins Black Network.
Hi, I am TJ Momo.
Hi, I'm Rachel Quisenberry with the Cummins Black Network. We're excited to be a United Way Elevate Award finalist.
I was excited to find out that we were nominated as a finalist for the Elevate Award because my vision for Central Indiana is that when people are looking for where to grow their career, that they would look at Indianapolis and they would see a long-term career destination, a place that they can come, they can grow, they can thrive, and not just for a little bit, but for the long haul.
I believe in servant leadership, and I think that means to put the people that you represent and advocate for first. It's your responsibility to be their voice when they can't be a voice and to see to their interest. I'm very humbled to accept this award on behalf of the members and the executive committee of the Cummins Black Network. It is flattering and encouraging to be recognized not just within the walls of Cummins, but external in our whole community.
All right, again, we're going live with our street team here, and they're knocking on the award winner's door. Again, folks, we want to make sure that we're celebrating every award winner that we have tonight, and also anyone that was nominated. Well, let's see if we do have an answer at the door.
Hi!
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Yes. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful! Thank you so much on behalf of Cummins.
Congratulations!
I appreciate this. Thank you.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. We are so thankful to all of our nominees here this evening, and congratulations to all the award winners tonight. Now, before we conclude, please welcome to the screen the other co-chair of the Elevate Committee, Ellie Hall from Eli Lilly and Company. Hello, Ellie.
Hi, good evening. I'm Ellie Hall, and I'm very proud to join you tonight virtually and safely at home. It's safe to say that 2020 was the toughest year for most of us. Almost 1 year exactly after COVID reached our Indiana borders, we are still trying to maneuver the social isolation, the safety precautions, the unstable job market, the mental health issues, the worry, and the fear, all of it together. But imagine those fears compounded with fears you had before 2020. For thousands of families, hunger, homelessness, lack of transportation, and lost wages were their normal everyday lives prior to the pandemic. A return to normal for them just means a return to despair.
When every person can reach their full potential, a community thrives. To fully recover and rebound from COVID-19, it will take all of us uniting as one to make certain we not only survive this moment, but emerge with a higher quality of life than before the pandemic struck. United Way sustains people in crisis, maximizes opportunities for families, and inspires innovative ideas to accelerate positive change. Healthy food, safe housing, quality health care, reliable transportation, these are basic needs. Even before COVID-19 struck, more than 216,000 households in our community saw their basic needs in critically short supply or non-existent. And the data shows the health and economic effects of the pandemic continue to cause sharp increases in hardships facing central Indiana families. Poverty is a complex, stubborn problem, easily affecting one generation to the next. For most, there is no quick fix and not one organization who can solve it alone. That's where we come in. Serving our neighbors' basic needs is at the heart of United Way's work. More than 100 years ago, United Way was founded to organize support for those who were hungry, sick, disabled, and vulnerable to crisis. While the times may have changed, our dedication to our neighbors struggling to make ends meet is stronger than ever before. Your partnership and support of United Way's Basic Needs Initiative helps to ensure that together, we change tomorrow, today.
So I ask of you tonight, will imagining a new normal where we can travel, enjoy the wonders of other cultures, and be among friends and families, please consider giving generously, whatever you can, to United Way's Basic Needs Fund. This fund specifically goes to organizations who are feeding people and helping them access safe housing, transportation, and healthcare needs. Every dollar matters, and this year, proceeds raised from generous philanthropists like you become even more critical for those hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. To give, simply text ELEVATE to 40403. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie, and for especially all that you do for United Way of Central Indiana. We really do appreciate it, and thank you for joining us tonight. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, we've been tallying, and this is the People's Choice Award, and it's presented by BC Partners. The People's Choice Award is where everyone has the chance to vote for their favorite Elevate nominee, and not just with your voice, but with your wallet. We appreciate all the generosity that goes into this award. And right now, I can say that more than 200 votes have come in, which is an amazing feat in itself. So thank you. All right, so without further ado, tonight's People's Choice Award winner is Sarah Hindi with 272 votes, and you've raised over $8,000, specifically $8,600. That's going to be going towards United Way of Central Indiana's Basic Needs Fund. And as we know, more than ever, this fund is needed throughout Central Indiana. So thank you so much, Sarah, and for all that you do for Central Indiana.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, and now, as they say, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed our virtual trip around the world tonight. Don't forget, you have many opportunities to give back to your community once you log off. Log on to our Elevate blog for our virtual passport of organizations who could use more volunteers or item donations. Once you participate in any of these activities, simply tag United Way on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, any of your social media accounts, and be entered to win a gift card from a local restaurant featuring the cuisine of our sister cities. Thanks again to Geico, our award sponsors, our sister city experts, our Elevate judges, special guests and performers, and you, our engaged and generous audience of young professionals. If you want to see any of the video presentations from tonight, you can always check out United Way's YouTube page. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for helping us change tomorrow today. Good night.